that Mahmoud Khalil can be deported. Guys, this is a ginormous blow to your freedom, to my freedom, and of course, Mahmoud's freedom. A Louisiana immigration judge ruled Friday that activist Mahmoud Khalil can be deported. Khalil, who was a Columbia University graduate student, led a pro-Palestinian protest there last year, was detained last month after Secretary of State Marco Rubio said he had determined that Khalil's activism was anti-Semitic and that allowing him to remain in the country would undermine a U.S. foreign policy goal of combating anti-Semitism around the world. During a hearing at the remote Louisiana detention center where Khalil is being held, Judge Jamie Coleman said she had no authority to question Rubio's determination. After the ruling, Khalil told the judge, "I would like to quote what you said last time. There's nothing that's more important to this court than due process rights and fundamental fairness. Clearly, what we witnessed today, neither of these principles were present today or in this whole process. Quote, this is exactly why the Trump administration has sent me to this court 1,000 miles away from my family," he added. Quote, "I just had that urgency that you deemed fit for me are afforded to the hundreds of I just hope that the urgency that you deemed fit for me are afforded to the hundreds of others who have been there without hearing for months." Guys, this is absolutely insane. I've got another quote down here from the article. It says, if Mahmoud can be targeted this way simply for speaking out for Palestinians and exercising his constitutionally protected right to free speech, this can happen to anyone over any issue in the Trump administration. Khalil, who has a green card, is a lawful permanent resident. In ordering Khalil's deportation, Rubio relied on a rarely used federal statute from the 1950s that played a major role in shaping American immigration during the Cold War. The McCarran-Walter Act, or the Immigration Nationality Act of 1952, gives the Secretary of State authority to decide that a non-citizen's presence in the United States threatens the country's foreign policy goals. We live in a totalitarian state, everyone. We have no freedoms. Freedom of speech is dead. I want everyone who voted for Donald Trump to really think about what you did. I want everybody to think about the fact that you voted against our First Amendment, that you spent my entire fucking life wanting to fuck your gun so bad that you've done nothing but bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch about the Second Amendment, which you fucking have. And you elected a guy that wants to take away my right to speak, your right to speak, everyone's right to speak freely in this country. I don't want to fucking hear from you ever again.
Yeah, insane. Do you think this will go to the Supreme Court or something? Or
it will go to the Supreme Court.
That's what hopefully the fucking Supreme Court stands strong, bro, because I was inspired by the 9-0 unanimous ruling from the other day, ordering them to facilitate the return of the gentleman who was falsely accused and sent to this, prison in fucking El Salvador. So let's hope the Supreme Court stands strong if it does go to that. But yeah, absolutely horrific.
Look out the door if you hear an ambulance. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there, sir. The Vanguard will be there. Be there. The